Make it happen.
Who needs one?
Everybody got one? All right, I decided to do this early because I might pass out any given minute. 4.5 hours ago, I was in Miami, 150 miles from Miami, and I'm not talking about Miami of Ohio. I'm talking about Key West.
That shithole where the Dolphins play.
Exactly. And I changed my flight to try to get to this bar.
Medication.
I changed my flight. They said everything was all right. I got to the airport and they said I didn't have a seat. They said the flight was oversold.
Not this one.
Then I went to the little automatic teller thing and they printed out a ticket, a boarding pass. I said, this is going to be great. And they said, you don't have a seat. You got to check in at the gate. Then I got in a line and there was like 350 people in the line and they had 2 little magnetometers to walk through. Then I got through the magnetometers, and I know what that shit is. I know security. I walk through the magnetometers. I get to the gate. I run up, and there's one lady there. And I say, hey, I need to get a seat. And she looks at my ticket, and she looks at my shirt, and she says, what's that on your shirt? I said, I'm from Buffalo, New York. That's where I grew up. And I said, is there any way, Betty, you can get me a seat on this plane? And do you know why I said Betty? Because that was her name. And Betty said, Michael, you have suffered long enough. And she said, you're a tall guy. Would you like the exit row for some extra leg work? How about priority access, Mr. Watts? And so I made that flight. So somehow I had a flight that took off in Miami, scheduled at 7:30 a.m., got into O'Hare at 10:30 a.m. We ended up taking off late at 8 o'clock, and I got to this bar at fucking 10 o'clock. So go figure that out. But all I want to tell you is you are now flying Air Buffalo Bills.